The ancient Roman philosopher Seneca once declared that every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. But what if that transformation didn't require years of gradual change? What if you could shed your old skin like a snake, emerging as someone so fundamentally different that even your closest friends would struggle to recognize the person standing before them? This isn't about slight improvements or gentle self-help suggestions. This is about complete metamorphosis in 7 days, a systematic dismantling of who you were and a deliberate construction of who you're meant to become. Most people live their entire lives as prisoners of their own making, trapped by invisible chains forged from limiting beliefs, comfortable routines, and the fear of stepping into the unknown. They dream of change while remaining paralyzed by the very thought of it. They wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or divine intervention to transform their lives. But transformation doesn't wait for permission, and greatness doesn't arrive through wishful thinking. It demands action, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to becoming someone entirely new. The journey begins with a brutal confrontation with reality. Before you can build, you must destroy. This isn't about gentle self-reflection or positive affirmations whispered in front of a mirror. This is about waging war against every aspect of yourself that has kept you small, comfortable, and unremarkable. You must become ruthlessly honest about the habits that drain your energy, the relationships that diminish your potential, and the mental patterns that have convinced you to settle for mediocrity. Take inventory of your life with the precision of a surgeon. Identify every behavior that doesn't serve your highest vision. Are you waking up late, surrendering precious morning hours to laziness? Are you numbing yourself with endless scrolling through social media, consuming content that adds nothing to your growth? Are you surrounding yourself with people who celebrate your limitations rather than challenge your potential? Write it all down. Every excuse, every comfortable lie you've told yourself, every moment of weakness that has kept you trapped in a life smaller than your dreams. This process requires more than recognition. It demands symbolic action. The mind responds powerfully to ritual, to physical representations of internal change. Write a letter to your old self, acknowledging who you were while making an irreversible commitment to who you're becoming. Then destroy that letter. Burn it, tear it apart, bury it in the earth. This isn't mere theatrics. It's psychological warfare against the part of you that resists evolution. You're creating a psychological point of no return, a moment your subconscious mind will recognize as the death of your former identity. The war against your old self extends beyond mental recognition into the realm of the physical. Your body is not separate from your mind. It's the physical manifestation of your discipline, your standards, and your commitment to excellence. If you've been living soft, your body reflects that softness. If you've been moving through life without purpose, your posture, your energy, and your very presence betray that lack of direction. The ancient Stoics understood this connection intimately. They subjected themselves to voluntary hardship not out of masochism, but out of recognition that physical discipline forges mental resilience. Seneca regularly practiced fasting and exposed himself to cold temperatures, understanding that comfort is the enemy of growth. When you challenge your body, you simultaneously challenge your mind to rise above its default settings. Physical training becomes a laboratory for mental fortitude. Every moment you want to quit, but push forward anyway, is a victory over the voice in your head that whispers lies about your limitations. Your transformation demands rigorous physical training that pushes you beyond your perceived limits. Whether it's daily runs that leave you breathless, strength training that forces your muscles to adapt and grow, or cold showers that shock your system into alertness, you must embrace discomfort as your teacher. Your goal isn't merely fitness. It's the development of an unshakable will that refuses to yield when faced with resistance. Nutrition becomes fuel for transformation rather than comfort for emotions. Eliminate everything that slows you down, processed foods that fog your mind, sugar that creates energy crashes, alcohol that dampens your clarity and drive. Replace these with whole foods, lean proteins, and abundant water. Your body is your temple, and you must treat it with the reverence it deserves. Every meal becomes a choice between the person you were and the person you're becoming. Physical transformation extends to how you carry yourself through the world. Stand taller, move with purpose, and let your posture communicate strength before you ever speak a word. Take a photograph of yourself at the beginning of this journey. In 7 days, you'll compare it to your transformed self and be shocked by the difference. While your body undergoes its metamorphosis, your mind requires even more intensive restructuring. Your thoughts create your reality. And if you want to live in a different reality, you must completely rewire your mental programming. This isn't about positive thinking or surface-level mindset shifts. This is about examining every belief you hold about yourself and the world, questioning its validity, and consciously choosing thoughts that serve your evolution rather than your limitations. The Stoic philosophers understood that perception shapes experience. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, not outside events, and in realizing this, you find strength. This principle becomes the foundation of your mental transformation. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. Every setback becomes data for improvement. Every moment of adversity becomes training for resilience. Eliminate weak language from your vocabulary immediately. Stop saying, can't, I don't know, or maybe. These words program your subconscious mind for failure and hesitation. Replace them with decisive language. I will figure it out, I will learn, and I will make it happen. The way you speak to yourself shapes your identity, and your identity determines your actions. Begin each day with deliberate mental training. Meditate to develop control over your thoughts. Journal to track your mental progress and rewrite limiting beliefs into empowering statements. Consume only high-quality information that challenges your perspective and expands your possibilities. Remove any content that reinforces your old limitations or distracts you from your mission. Practice the Stoic technique of voluntary discomfort regularly. Fast intermittently to prove you don't need constant comfort. Take cold showers to build willpower. Seek out challenges that make you uncomfortable. Each time you choose discomfort over ease, you strengthen your mental resilience and prove to yourself that you're not controlled by circumstances. Your transformation must extend beyond your private world into how you present yourself to others. If people see you the same way they always have, they'll treat you the same way they always have. You must redefine your presence, your energy, and the aura you project into the world. This isn't about arrogance or superficial confidence. It's about the quiet certainty that comes from someone who knows their worth and carries themselves accordingly. Study yourself in mirrors and in recordings. Watch how you move, how you stand, and how you make eye contact. Adjust every aspect of your physical presence to align with your transformed identity. Walk with purpose, speak with authority, and eliminate hesitation from your communication. Learn to use silence strategically, understanding that those who command attention don't fill every moment with unnecessary words. Your voice becomes an instrument of influence. Slow down your speech, articulate clearly, and maintain a steady tone that conveys confidence and composure. Practice speaking with conviction in every interaction, whether casual conversation or formal presentation. People gravitate toward those who speak with certainty and purpose. Upgrade your appearance to match your internal transformation. Dress for the life you're creating, not the life you're leaving behind. Invest in grooming, posture, and hygiene that present you as someone who respects themselves and commands respect from others. Your external presentation should reflect your internal discipline and ambition. All of this internal and external work means nothing without execution. Most people remain trapped in the realm of theory, endlessly planning and analyzing without ever taking the decisive action that transforms dreams into reality. They wait for perfect conditions that never arrive while their lives slip away in hesitation and self-doubt. You must become someone who acts despite uncertainty, who moves forward even when the path isn't completely clear. Every great achiever in history faced doubt and adversity, but they distinguish themselves through their willingness to act anyway. Success isn't about flawless execution. It's about the courage to begin and the persistence to continue despite obstacles. Start with one significant action you've been avoiding. Apply for that opportunity, have that difficult conversation, or take that calculated risk you've been postponing. Stop overanalyzing and make a definitive move. The confidence to act comes from from thinking about acting. Create accountability systems that force you to follow through on your commitments. Announce your goals to someone who will hold you to them. Set deadlines that create urgency. Make commitments that require you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. The greatest enemy of execution is comfort, so deliberately introduce discomfort that forces growth. Success requires systems that make discipline automatic rather than dependent on fluctuating motivation. Motivation comes and goes based on emotions and circumstances, but systems create consistency regardless of how you feel on any given day. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Design an environment that makes success inevitable. Create routines that align with your highest objectives. Eliminate distractions and structure your day so productivity becomes effortless. When you have strong systems in place, consistency becomes second nature and execution becomes automatic. Set a strict schedule that reflects your new identity and stick to it ruthlessly. Batch similar tasks to minimize distractions and maximize deep work. Prioritize activities that move you closer to your vision while eliminating everything that doesn't serve your evolution. Your daily routine should be a reflection of your values and ambitions. As this intensive week draws to a close, you must solidify your new identity to ensure this transformation becomes permanent rather than temporary. By now, you're no longer the same person who began this journey. Your mindset has shifted, your habits have evolved, and your presence has transformed. But change without solidification is merely a fleeting moment of inspiration. The mind seeks familiarity, and your old self will attempt to resurface through comfortable routines and familiar patterns. You must remain vigilant, understanding that every choice you make either strengthens your new identity or pulls you back toward who you used to be. There is no neutral ground in transformation. Set a compelling long-term vision for yourself. Where will you be in 6 months, 1 year, 5 years from now? What kind of person do you want to become over a lifetime? Write this vision in detail. Visualize it daily, and align every action with this future self. Your transformation doesn't end after 7 days. It accelerates. Protect your environment fiercely. Your physical space, your social circle, and your daily influences all play crucial roles in reinforcing who you're becoming. If something doesn't support your evolution, remove it from your life. Surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking and challenge you to grow, rather than those who remind you of your past limitations. Write a new definition of yourself that captures who you've become. What do you stand for now? What behaviors will you never tolerate from yourself again? What standards will you maintain regardless of circumstances? This isn't just personal development. This is personal revolution. You've accomplished in 1 week what most people never achieve in a lifetime. You've proven that transformation isn't slow, gradual, or dependent on external circumstances. You've demonstrated that change happens in moments of decision, followed by consistent action. You become living proof that human beings are capable of remarkable metamorphosis when they commit fully to the process. The question now isn't whether you can change. You've already proven that beyond doubt. The question is whether you'll continue on this path of relentless growth, or allow yourself to slip back into the comfortable mediocrity you've left behind. You now possess the blueprint for transformation, the tools for sustained growth, and the experience of what's possible when you refuse to accept limitations. You are no longer who you were 7 days ago. You've shed that skin completely and emerged as someone unrecognizable to your former self. The only remaining question is this: what will you do with this new power? How will you use this transformation to impact not just your own life, but the lives of everyone around you? The person you've become in 7 days is just the beginning of what's possible when you refuse to accept anything less than your absolute best.